Greetings, brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it. Yes, brothers and sisters, I am back. Welcome to every single one of you guys on the Mystelics and a new video. I know you guys missed me. I know, brothers and sisters, but of course, I definitely had to do. I had to take a break, no doubt about it. I definitely had to take a break because of the festival. You guys know I was part of the media representatives for the festival. Of course, if you want to see that vibrations on Mystelics vlogs and of course on BrBpTV as well. There's a lot of work when it comes down to the situation. To big up to all the sponsors who made it even possible for me to be able to do this right there. Big up to you guys. I appreciate you guys. And of course, all the hosts, the co-hosts and the cameraman and the B-roll individuals and the interviewers. Big up yourself for joining me when it comes down to that sentiment right there, brothers and sisters. We definitely have to, man, sometimes individuals think it's just, oh, Mr. Alex are putting videos, bow, 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 bow. No, what? It's not that easy, bro. It's not that easy. But we've made it, brothers and sisters. Thank God for that. I actually missed a number of my scheduled uploads, which was unfortunate based on the kind of things that we actually had to do. But of course, individuals definitely enjoy it. If you want to go check them out, it's on Mystelics Vlogs and the BrBpTV platform. Of course, if you want me to do so, I'll put that link in the first comment in the comment box below. Or you can just send a message. Send me the links for the videos on the festival and stuff. I will definitely do so right there. Anyways, brothers and sisters, don't forget to click the thumbs up on your boys' back. Click it, don't be shy. And of course, subscribe for more vibrations as they do definitely tend to come through right here. Anyways, brothers and sisters, without further ado, let us get into the vibrations. For, of course, I must bring out this very sentiment read of an individual who's apparently in need of blood. He's indicating on his post. They're friends and well-wishers. It has gotten worse with me. On the, he's telling the individuals who are watching this post right now, and I need emergency blood donations. I'm weak and drowsy without it. Brothers and sisters, you can definitely make a contribution. Go to the blood department of Dominica and definitely give some contributions towards On the Green. Mr. On the Green, of course, you know, he's in a wheelchair as a result of losing his leg. I think he also went over to England or London, wherever he went, for him to learn to re-walk again, brothers and sisters. And of course, you know, he tried his best, but you know, there's another situation that seems to be happening with him, and he's asking, please, everyone who is able or available to donate blood, please donate genuinely and as soon as possible. My time with you may be short, might be limited, brothers and sisters. Be mindful of this, and it is imperative that you donate so I can receive more blood. I don't have much energy as I write this. Is indicating, pleading to individuals. I need it, brothers and sisters. This is not me asking for money or anything. Just please, if you're able to give a pint of blood, definitely do so. I'm in need of a special procedure called the histotripsy. Interesting. Histotripsy. All right. Sounds like something in the back in the day, but I guess they know what that is, brothers and sisters. And of course, he's in need of this special procedure. And it can only be done in the United States, which of course, I think why is he asking for blood? Well, I guess he tried to survive so that he can go overseas to do the measure right there. So I guess if you want to contribute in kind as well, you can definitely look him up on Facebook. That's his actual name on the Tutuna. What is that? Tutunta? Okay, brothers and sisters, on the green. But of course, he's asking, please, everybody, I'm begging for the blood. I'm doing worse without it. Each day that goes by, please donate. I'm begging you all donate, especially blood type O. All right. Thank you in advance if you have blood type O. I think that's one of the raised blood types, man. But if individuals have the blood type O, definitely do so right there. You can also do research to see. I'm not sure if people with blood type B or A, I think maybe AB can give. I'm not sure. But definitely do research and see if you are who can receive. He needs the blood type O, and if you are able to give blood type O, let me do some research on that for you guys right there. Hold on. Okay, guys, I got it for you guys right there, and this is actually it. Which blood types are compatible? Of course, he's mentioning that O is compat. O type O, blood type O, is it O positive or O negative? Anyways, I see O positive. O positive can receive both O positive and O negative. O negative can only receive O negative blood type. And I think that's it. So people with blood type AB plus can receive all blood types. But people with O or O minus, hopefully O positive, so you can receive both O positive and O negative blood types. It's interesting. So I guess hopefully you guys help out in ways that you can as well, especially blood type O. He say especially blood type O. So I'm guessing maybe they have blood, but they need to rekindle his blood. But if you can give more blood, maybe, and then they'll give him the O type blood, because he's saying especially blood type O. So most likely, giving other blood will actually help, I guess. So yeah, guys, I'm just seeing this day. If you can follow this stuff, see if you can help organize a fellow Dominican right there, brothers and sisters. Definitely do so if you can. I'm sure he would appreciate that as well. So if you can help, definitely do so right there. Anyway, brothers and sisters, we're moving along right there. That's actually I'll be actually doing 2 reactions today. So definitely look out for the second one a bit later when I post that the second one in the first comment in the comment box as well. But of course, this is an individual who's trying to open his bus. For some reason, he needs to kick it. Oh. So he forget about key, brothers. Forget about key. Why we need key for? When you have knife, you can use a knife to open your door. Forget about key. That is all you have to open your door. So I have one question to ask. I have one question. Is this one of the buses that you decided to go and buy from police auction? Is this one of the police buses? Because to me, that is how police used to open. Well, nobody knife. Boy, they probably had mashed up the door so much that now you have to use a knife to open the door. So, is this one of the buses that the police had on the auction selling? And you repaint it because it look like I see there's gray paint and white paint, so maybe you try to repaint the same police bus. So what is this? Boy, all you do easy now, please. All you do easy now, boy. My goodness. Anyway, so hopefully your bus engine working properly. And if it's the police bus you get, so put that down, please. That is a danger to society. All right, that is a real danger to society. All right, I'm just saying. All right. Anyways, talking about police. This is an interesting one.
An observance of 2-minute silence. There's a precision that follows. Yes. So,
yes.
There's a precision that follows.
I don't think that was one of them, no? So, was your hand on the trigger? First of all, brothers and sisters, correct me if I'm wrong, but if you are a police officer and you are training to use the ammunition, you know, the firearm, but you're training to use this stuff, don't they teach you about safety? Don't they tell you not to put your hand on the trigger? Don't they tell you these things? I could be wrong. But don't they tell you, if you're not going to do nothing, make sure the safety is on? No? Yes? Maybe? Oh, of course. Not just that, but they say, don't put your hand on the trigger. I know it's not a ghost. That fire here, I know it's not a ghost.
There's a precision that follows.
That's a big trouble is this. And it's interesting that the other folks did not flinch. Interesting.
Precision that follows.
It was only him. Hopefully he didn't pellet his foot, he pellet his leg. Let me zoom in. We have capabilities. Let me see what's going on. What's going on here, sir?
Precision that follows.
It probably, boy, I hope you don't pellet your leg here. All you, some of all you, boy. That's how people are dying, you know. Especially when you come after people, brothers and sisters, when you see the man pointing, don't make sure you duck, you make sure your head not in the way, you make sure your head not in the way, you know, boy. Next thing the man misfire and bow. You gone. Or they can tell you sorry. It was a mistake. I mean, mistakes do happen, but my God, you as a trained operative, unless you probably just want an individual that decide, boy, that job have plenty benefits. Let me come there. And you don't listen to nothing. Absolutely nothing.
The precision that
yes, a little easy, boy.
So,
well, hopefully nobody was hurt in the making of this video. Okay? YouTube, mind me, please. Okay. Anyway, brothers and sisters, talking about Popo. This is Pastor Randy and church, and he had a quote unquote a confession, so to speak, to make about the police and, you know, hiring process and so forth.
Do that. I speak the truth, I lie not. My name is Randy Charles of Rodney. Here's his story. A certain gentleman applies to become a police. Okay?
Yes.
He meets all the criteria to be a police.
So he meets all your criteria to become a police. He's not short faulting on any one of them. He met the criteria.
When they couldn't find a way not to engage him, the commissioner asked him, what church do you go to? And he honestly answered, Truth and Grace Fellowship Global. The commissioner said, oh, Pastor Ron is your pastor. That was the end of his application.
Isn't that some sort of discrimination? No, but instance, when I hear situations like this, I'm thinking to myself, well, if he's trying to discriminate on the basis of where he's going to church, whether you agree with the pastor on what he teaches or not, but you decide to discriminate. It's not church the man come for a job. I think they should have replaced the person that come there with Mr. Because that one's not supposed to be there. He's not supposed to be there at all. But of course, you decide to discriminate against a man who's going to church. You would think that a man going to church and admitting that they're going to church. Some people, they go to church and they pretend like they don't want people to know they go in church. Stop your dirty ways, brothers and sisters. You go in church, you don't want people to know they come to. This man has admitted, hey, I am going to this church. And, you know, I serve God and so forth and so forth. Well, I don't know if he's serving God. Some people go to church, you know. But he admits he going to church, and you think, well, that's a good thing. He has a level of understanding, you know. A little bit of a morale, so to speak, because he's getting it from going to church. All right? A level, brothers and sisters. Not everybody, but you get the general understanding that you get a level of morale. What is right and wrong and so forth and so forth. You get that in church, brothers and sisters. So instead, the commissioner say, yes, wonderful. Because he is pastor run this church. That is where it's ending. Really? Really? So my thought here, brothers and sisters, isn't there some legal action that should be taken? Do the police, question to you guys, do the police have the authority, or the commission have the authority to reject people based off where they go to church, who they listen to? Do they have the authority, so to speak? Because if you're going for a job, I would think that the best thing for that person to do is to meet the requirements, all the requirements of that job. Sometimes if I would understand if you overqualify for the requirements, there's always that. But you meet the requirements of that specific job, what is entailing for you to have that job. You meet it, and because for some reason or the other, the commissioner does not like where he's going to church, decided, no, we don't want you there. Which brings me to the other standing. I know Pastor Rodney is one of the individuals who definitely preach like it is, especially comes on to the economy and circumstances that are happening in Dominica, which I think more churches need to do. I think that is a problem in the church. A lot of the churches staying silent about the chaos that is taking place, thinking, oh, let me just pray and chant a psalm, and magic just going to happen. Brothers and sisters, this is one reason why I always say, there's nowhere in the Bible where you see people just pray and things just happen. Nowhere. Nowhere, brothers and sisters, when things had to happen and miracles had to happen and action had to take place. When God put mud in the guy's eyes, he wiped it off. Why he put it mud in the eyes for? No. He had to go, brothers and sisters. He can't see, you know, but he had to go and find a pipe to wipe out the mud on his eyes, and in doing so, he was able to see. When the Jericho's wall had to fall, the people had to march around it 7 times. There's nowhere in the Bible where you see people just magic is like people just hoping magic happen. No, it's not so it works. I dare anybody out there to tell me anywhere in the great book where anybody just pray and then bow, things happen. Let me know. There's always something that needed to be done for things to happen. People always say, well, not the Bible that says this, not the great book that says this, but God help those who help themselves. Though that is not written in the Bible, but you can pretty much see that sentiment right there. People always say, I want to become a millionaire. Well, go and work to become a millionaire. No, no. You think it was going to fall from the sky. $1 million. Look. It's not said working, brothers and sisters. And when you say, because I don't get the $1 million, because it don't fall from the sky, God doesn't exist. You're fool. Anyway, sorry. But interesting, you would think that that guy going to church and that guy has a thing, and knowing that he comes under the stewardship of Pastor Rodney, who is then wanting better for the economy and the community and wanting to see better on a moral value, you would think that that would be the case. No. He decides because you go to that church based on what is stated there. That's the end of the application. Really? How is this fair? Especially knowing, this is one of the things I don't understand. Dominica has a lot of talent. Just like in certain sects that you see certain people who have jobs and you say, but these people are not supposed to have a job. They get this job from pull string. Or because they support a particular person or party or whatever, brothers and sisters. They get these jobs. This is why you have people in society that are incompetent in the positions that they have. This guy met the qualifications for the job, and because he going to a church for a particular individual, you refuse them? Really? How does that make sense, brothers and sisters? In a place that needs to be guided by competence, we have incompetence happening. But then again, the commissioner probably is incompetent or realizing, but wait a while, you have a qualified individual here. And we probably should put the individual here who is able to meet the requirements. He's able to meet the requirements, and we should definitely have him there. No! We have people like this guy.
Vision that follows.
Yes. There. Now, I'm not saying anything on this guy, mistake or whatever, but you should at least know the protocol. You almost take out your leg. So, you almost did that. What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below right there. But of course, it doesn't continue there, brothers and sisters, with the individual who was neglected. But not downtrodden upon. That's what an individual had to say right there.
Where there's a will, there's always a way.
Where there is a will, there is always a way. So hopefully you apply that to you as well. Because sometimes we listen to people saying things and we take about wait a while. But you don't seem to be that person what you're saying there. You don't seem to be have that. You say, do what I say, not as I do. Not true? Well, I think advice needs to come from people who are actually doing what they say. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Doing what they say and as they do, brothers and sisters. Let's continue.
To search and discover better day. Where is the positive and is all you need to rise beyond and succeed. Where young minds grow and respect each other.
This man probably came from an understanding where he probably didn't have the opportunities and this kind of things and realized his time has passed. Maybe it could be that. Because you see, he doesn't look like a man who's successful. But then again, success is subjective, isn't it? But anyways, brothers and sisters, he could have been, man, I could have done this with my life. I could have done this with my life. And, you know, just me that faltered so badly. Where there's a will, there's a way. Sometimes, brothers and sisters, I was talking to somebody over the weekend on the basis of that. They came down from overseas and now back in Dominica and trying their best to see if they can get jobs and this kind of things there. And for some reason or the other, they're not getting through. And you would say, but Mystelics, you say, well, there's a will. I've applied, Mystelics. I've applied. I applied to a number of jobs based on my qualification. I have this degree, I have that degree. I've applied, Mystelics. And I'm not getting through. And on top of that, only family members are also giving them pressure and saying, but wait, you have all these things. How come you're not getting? Where there's a will, there's a way, brothers and sisters. Sometimes the will is to leave so that better men can come. I have seen it happen time over time again. It's unfortunate that I have to say this, but I advocate for people to leave. I advocate for people to leave, my God. Especially people in New York right now. I advocate for you to leave, because that's what I'm saying right now. Let's continue.
Based on your dreams and not your color. When there's a them that says I say, when there's a will now, always a way. Don't give up hope. You can be on top, tomorrow. Stick to the fight on your hardest hit. It's when strings seems worse that you mustn't quit. What can you like?
When things seem worse, you mustn't quit because they seem worse. They could be worse, according to a friend of mine. They could be worse, brothers and sisters. But when things seems worse, let me bring that line back up.
When things seem worse that you mustn't quit. What can you like to give about quit?
Hopefully the individual I was talking to over the weekend is watching my video as well. It's interesting that we actually went to church. And in church, the pastor said the same thing I was telling the individual. The same thing. Same, sometimes word for word. And when I went to talk to the individual say, they swear that the pastor was speaking to them. Remembering the very thing that I was telling them. And then look, I'm seeing this again. So maybe it's not for that particular individual, but others out there. When things seems worse, that is the time that you must not quit. Because sometimes when you quit, there's a picture of a guy digging, and he's digging and he's not getting any diamonds. And when he do decide to stop, if he had just continued but a bit further, you would have gotten the diamonds. But and sisters, sometimes you do, oh man. Sometimes there's the understanding of redirection. Sometimes there's the understanding of not quitting. But I think it's up to us and prayer and asking God to make a way. You see, the same thing boils back down to we pray and ask God to make a way and we do nothing. We sit down at home doing what? Go out there. Meet people, talk to people. But sisters, I know I'm a living testimony of that. My God. Oh my goodness gracious. Things can just open up. Even when your people fail you, going overseas and meeting all sorts of people, walks of life, and incredible people that have, man. One of the individuals I met is a lady known as Nina Vaca. She is the CEO of Pinnacle, brother and sister. She's a billionaire. And in talking to her, she said where she came from and, fighting to get ahead, and people were just keeping her down because of where she came from. She's a billionaire today. I just thinking of stories, man, of different people that I've met. And yes, not giving up, brothers and sisters, even though sometimes you feel like Dominica is not going up. And I understand I'm one of the individuals telling individuals to leave because I understand how things going, brothers and sisters. I understand. And even labor rights are fleeing Dominica in droves. They are overseas. I met some of them in New York. Saying, Mystelics, whatever. I said, why you go back? Go back for what? Some of them are illegal up there. Thank God they're not doing crime. Because they would have been deported already. Let's continue.
Right now, there's something close. And you can never tell how close you are. It may be near when his things are far.
True.
It never know.
That's what I just said. Just a little further. Do not give up, brothers and sisters. I always had the understanding that the only time you're supposed to give up is when you're gone. That's the only time. Once you have life and breath, that is the time where you should. As I'm saying this, I remember some cancer patients, because I'm part of a business that dealt with these individuals, and sometimes these folks would feel like giving up, and they say, I was on the brink of it. I actually met a lady who had, mammary cancer for YouTube. I can see breast cancer, but she had it. I met her, we spoke, we in contact, and this lady has traveled the world. She had it 7 years ago. She defeated it. They had to take parts of her stomach to recreate. Man, I tell you. And ladies out there full of life and trying to live life and going all sorts of places. And Vivi, man, she works online, so man. Kudos to the people who are fighting and keep fighting and fighting. Never taking no for an answer. Even when the people around you tell you no, brothers and sisters. Sometimes it's not for you to stay there. It's for you to change direction. The redirection is key. Change direction and go elsewhere for better men. Persevere.
No life, no sleep, man. Open, expand your mind. Malo, knowledge is it. We seem to fear what we don't know.
Knowledge is power. We fear what we don't know. But it's not just knowing. There's a lot of people that know things and take no action on what they know. There are some people always tell me, Mystelics, but I know that. So I asking them, but if you know this, how come you didn't take the action to do what you know? Well, I don't know. What? What you know, you just not taking the action to know, to do what you know. It's not just knowing, brothers and sisters. We can have the knowledge. But if you do not have the understanding on how to utilize that knowledge, you might be knowledgeable, but this is why understanding is key. Just like the great brothers and sisters had to go back and say, well, how come Solomon asked for wisdom? That doesn't make sense to me. But when I found out in the Hebrew, he didn't ask for wisdom. He asked for understanding of how to rule his people correctly. And in understanding how to do so, Jah gave him wisdom. And in getting wisdom, able to help others, that gave him riches. Domino effect, brothers and sisters. That's why I always tell people, be careful what you ask God for. Sometimes you might ask God for strength, and in asking God for strength, He decide to give you adversities. Adversities to strengthen you, and say, why me? It's not that I asked for. It's interesting. But he's indeed right. I just hope that the things I say, he applies to himself as well. So what are your thoughts on what you had to say right there, guys? What are your thoughts? Let me know your thoughts. Right there. I also saw this video. Yes, this video of the people in Salisbury. Christmas is coming and candles are going glad. They're going wild. But I find the candles them not as loud. I remember seeing some folks with some kind of big thing, man. And it seems like this cultural event, so to speak, or this cultural doing happens in a number of places. I remember seeing some young fellas, probably 7, 8, 9 years old, man, having this big, it's like coconut tree they're using. They're using some big coconut tree, or they're wrapping the coconut tree. And then people doing the same thing that you see these guys doing. And then when they pass that over, he include them, and that echoing. I saw that on Facebook. Hey. So me seeing that, though, brothers and sisters, versus what I'm hearing there is like, okay. Good, the tradition is continuing. Christmas time is coming and candles are early out. Hey, kudos. But remember, be careful. Remember, there was a young guy who actually ended up in a circumstance and had to be flown to France to get some skin grafting situation happen done to him. So, you know, please be careful out there, folks. And from one of the experts in this, I think he indicated that most of these things have been done that need to be done with diesel. But apparently some individuals decide they want to use gas instead. Gas. And gas is more flammable. And as a result of that, you know, things can go haywire. So be careful out there, folks. Seems like there's a drone shot over this thing. I'm good to see them doing this. It seems like they're doing it away from the village. So kudos to them right there. But please be careful, folks. All right. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Would you like to see more of this? I haven't heard any much of that happening in Portsmouth. But then again, I've been here long. So what are your thoughts, guys? Let me know your thoughts on what is stated been happening here. What are your thoughts on this situation? What do you have to say right there? What are your thoughts on what Pastor Randy had to say right there? What are your thoughts on this situation? Do you think that this is okay? Do you think he should have, you know, probably be punished for this? Maybe he should have known better and probably could have caused harm to his other fellow men and women in there. Let me know your thoughts. Also, don't forget, brothers and sisters, if you are able to donate to On the Green, definitely do so right there, brothers and sisters. Definitely do so. You will definitely much appreciate that right there. I think Mr. need to bring back the police boss. For them, he probably getting auction. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you appreciate my concise. Definitely click it. Don't be shy, man. To help push and to see more of my videos right here. Of course, subscribe for more vibrations, as I definitely when I post and publish, you will definitely see. So definitely subscribe. Turn on the post notification bell. Inadvertently becoming part of the Mystelics family right here. Anyways, brothers and sisters, what are your thoughts? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment box below. And with that said right there, tune in for the second reaction I'll be dropping. That'll be the first comment in the comment box below. And with that said right there, brothers and sisters, be real, start linking always. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Be positive.